Welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. We are back at it again. Ranking. Hey, what are we ranking today, Kraft man? What's up? Oh, we ranking running backs post draft. Rookie running back rankings. What's up, Kraft man?
This is my favorite. Running backs, always been my favorite, will always be the best position in fantasy football for all y'all youngins out there with y'all's full PPR bullshit and y'all wide receiver lovers. Running backs are still the best, man. Running backs are still the best.
You know they are, man.
We got Easy on here, man.
What's up? What's up?
What you got, bud?
RB Whisper. It's Your Highness. It's Emperor Palpatine. However you want to refer to me, it's okay. El Dorado, whatever. We're talking about running backs today, man. And I feel like this draft totally threw a lot of people for a loop, man. A lot of these running backs went places that we did not think they were going to go. And I'm kind of excited to talk about it and try to get a grip on what we got going on with these guys. So without further ado, the Cruise Dynasty podcast is coming to you, and that's true.
Yeah, dude. I felt like these running backs remind me of your face, man. It was just ugly. But if you look long enough, you look hard enough, you might find a little bit of beautiful in some of these
diamond
spots.
in the
You just
rough.
gotta diamonds in the rough.
I like it.
Yeah, so this running back class to me, I guess, I thought it was pretty strong, but I think the NFL tells us it's not as strong as I thought it was. Although, a lot of these running backs got some landing spots I like, and there's some opportunities.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But what you think, Kraft man? You ready to go ahead and rank them?
We can rank them. We can talk about them. See what we got going on here.
All right, man. Shoot, I'll just do the first two. I'll do the first five. What? Fuck it. Number one, Bijan Robinson. He got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. Went Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit. Kendre Miller, Devon Achane, and Zach Charbonnet. That was my top five.
Is that the order they got drafted?
So no.
No.
So way down on Charbonnet. I see you dropped him. I got Bijan at number one, and then Gibbs, Achane, Charbonnet, and Bigsby at number 5.
All right. So Bijan Robinson went to my Atlanta Falcons.
Boo.
They like to run the ball a lot. And what you think about it? I hear you booing. What you think about Bijan to the Falcons?
Oh, man, I love Bijan to the Falcons. I just think the Falcons suck. But, no, dude, I think that's the best thing they could have done because, I mean, they didn't necessarily need a running back, but they obviously wanted one. And how do you pass up? Like, I was willing in our Dynasty Rookie draft that we did last night to trade the 103 and the 105 to move up to get Bijan. And dude didn't take it. And I ended up balling out anyways. But Bijan is a generational talent, man. I do not dislike Bijan. I think he's going to be great no matter where he's at. And I think he's also going to do great in Atlanta. I think Atlanta's up and coming, man. But I don't know. I'm from Atlanta. I just don't like them, man. They've given me so much woe over the years, dude. That's the only reason I say it.
Kraft man, how you feel about the fit?
I think it's the perfect fit for fantasy. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better landing spot, but I don't have them in any of my leagues, so got a startup coming up. Maybe I'll get them there. So it's really just, I'm just pissed off at whoever had the 101. Got lucky he ended up in a great spot.
Right. Definitely about the dominate, I feel like. But they would like to run the ball down there in Atlanta. So, Bijan. But what, Kraft man, did I tell you, man? I told you my Falcons were going to take him. We stay on brand, man. There was no way we weren't going to draft a skill position in the first round like we always fucking do. But hey, honestly, this year was the first year I was like, we done made it this far. Might as well go ahead and draft his ass. Because I probably wouldn't have drafted Pitts, and I probably wouldn't have drafted London. In fact, I wouldn't have drafted Bijan. I would have drafted Jalen Carter. But oh well.
That's not what they do. I seen a meme the other day that summed it
That's why
up
they
perfect.
lose.
Y'all know on Grown Ups when they Rob Schneider had all his good looking daughters and he had the one that looked like Rob Schneider.
Yeah, yeah.
All the good looking daughters were Bijan. It was Bijan, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London, and then his other daughter was Ritter.
Don't do him like.
I was like, that's
that.
perfect, man. Like the Falcons gonna load up on skill positions and not have a quarterback to do anything
Don't
with
do
it.
Ritter.
I mean,
You
I just
haven't
think
seen
that's
Ritter play,
perfect.
bro. He scored 20 points the last week of the fucking fantasy season.
Yeah. Yep. We'll just see how it goes. And if they're bad, then maybe, this quarterback class coming up supposed to be pretty good too. Jahmyr Gibbs went to the Detroit Lions at the number 12 spot, man. I think he's about to thrive in Detroit. What you think, Kraft, man? Good landing spot, or you think they just do like they did with Swift to kind of whatever disconnect they had between Swift and the Detroit Lions? You think it's going to be something like that or a better fit?
No. This is a new, and you hear it a lot if you listen to a lot of podcasts, like a new regime. Sometimes they want to draft their own players, and Swift just fell out of favor. Dan Campbell, some reason, they did not like DeAndre Swift. That was obvious. Did you just see him banging the hell out of the table? I mean, they were happy as could be to get Jahmyr Gibbs, and even when Swift was there. But when it first happened, I remember sitting here watching it went in, and I was like, no, what the hell? What a terrible spot. And then a day later,
You said
like,
it.
Man, that's probably the best spot available, like with Swift gone.
Yeah, dude, you said it during the draft. You were like, dude, they picked him. They went up to get him, picked him high. Swift is going to be gone. You said that in the next day or two. And I didn't know what to think when he went there either. We were both upset, but that is the best place I think he could have landed, man. And he's a great pass catching back. He's not going to be doing your 2-yard gains, this, that, and the other. But they obviously saw something in him, and in turn, I think he was the best running back in the. No, I can't say that. Bijan is still better, but Jahmyr Gibbs is. I think he's gonna excel there.
He's the best pass catching back. I mean, I don't want to say it too early, but he's gonna if he shows what he's shown on film in college, he'll be one of the best pass catching backs in the NFL.
Yeah, he's definitely got the yak down, dude.
Yeah, and Jared Goff loves to dump the ball down, so it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, perfection, man, and the dome, everything. Just the up and coming team. Now you're the man. You're the running back there. Yep, love it. Next, Zach Charbonnet was taken in the second round to the motherfucking Seattle Seahawks, man. What? Which really, Kenneth Walker fans, we're gonna do a winners and losers episode. Kenneth Walker, maybe just the most unexpected loser of the bunch. But Zach Charbonnet gets that second round draft capital. I ranked him 5th. Where'd you have him, Kraft Man?
I had him 4th just because of the draft capital. I mean, obviously Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. He's always wanted to run the football. And, I mean, it's a terrible fit for fantasy, but Pete Carroll don't give a fuck about
No, dude, they don't
fantasy
care.
teams,
They just want to win, dude. And exactly. And I was thinking the same thing. So during the rookie dynasty draft that we just did, I drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, the pick 103. I have Brees Hall, Josh Jacobs, Isaiah Pacheco, Damian Pierce, and I was thinking after I drafted him, I was like, dude, I got all these great running backs. Why did I draft him? Because you want another great running back. You always want another great running back. So you can't blame them from a want-to-win football scenario. Why not get another great running back? Never have too many
Yeah.
great running backs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. I know people are all mad and shit, but I mean, I can't be mad at them. They're trying to win football games, and they added a wide receiver in the draft with JSN, so they went out there and got some weapons.
Dude, Seattle had one of the best drafts
You know,
out of everybody, dude. I think maybe other than Arizona, they probably had the best draft. They filled a lot of holes they needed, man. Like I think Seattle did good.
so Craftman, say Zach Charbonnet has second round draft capital, but he doesn't go to the Seahawks. He goes somewhere else. Would you rank him 3? Automatically 3 no matter what?
I mean, it still have to be a good landing
If he went
spot. I
to
mean, there's still a
Buffalo,
lot of bad ones. I really wanted him to go to Dallas and pair up with Pollard, but because I felt like that'd be a great 1-2 punch. They both do things a little differently. I wanted him to go there, but it just didn't happen. Seattle, like we were talking, they do have Kenneth Walker who's shown greatness, but they didn't have no depth. I mean, who was their backup running back? DJ Dallas? I mean, they needed another running back. And I wouldn't have expected them to get one in the second round. I was more expecting them to grab, like a Dwayne McBride or something like that later, but it just didn't pan out like that. So we just gotta live with it. If you got Kenneth Walker, that sucks. If you wanted Charbonnet in your rookie drafts at the 107, that sucks too, because you're gonna have to wait.
Yep, they got to come down in your rankings. Next, Kendre Miller. I had him at 3. He was drafted in the 3rd round. You got him at where you got him, Kraft? You got him outside your top 5, don't you?
Yeah, he's at 6. He's just right there. He was pick number 71. Yeah, like you said, 3rd round to the Saints. You want to talk about that landing spot real quick, Matt?
Yeah, this was my thing about Kendre Miller is, but if in my mind, before he got hurt in the Final Four college playoffs, he was the running back 3 coming out in my mind. That's how I feel about it. Now he got hurt, but now coming back, he's with New Orleans. I think Kamara, he's already old. He didn't play good last year. He's got a 6-game suspension on the way. Allegedly, he's gonna face some type of suspension. Jamal Williams comes in, so I think the path is just there for him. Jamal Williams ain't gonna be a full workhorse back, so I think it's a perfect opportunity. There's a clear path for Kendre Miller to get on the football field in New Orleans.
Hey, what was his injury?
Kendre Miller? Do you know, Matt? It wasn't nothing big. He only missed a few games.
It wasn't
like it wasn't an ACL tear or sprained ankle or nothing like that. Well, I don't know about the ankle thing.
Why you figure that?
It wasn't.
Why you figured that out? Let me say this. So
MCL.
Okay. It's not terrible. But going on what you were talking about, Jamal Williams he's kind of a unicorn in my eyes in this one sense. And I got this from watching Hard Knocks. That dude's got passion and that dude's got fire. And that dude wants to win games and wants to play football and wants everybody else around him to have fun and do a good job. I really love Jamal Williams, and I think what he brings more than scoring and more than plays is that passion and that just want to win. And I think it really
Uh-oh. You muted. You went out.
Yeah. You got a call. Am I still muted or no?
Yeah,
yeah.
Good now.
And I think the main thing with Detroit, why they got rid of Swift, is I think Swift just is a lot like Nick Chubb. It's kind of just chill and doesn't say a lot and is not very passionate about the game. Not saying he's not a great player, but I think that might be a reason they got rid of him. I don't know, just speculating.
Just taking shots on Nick Chubb for no fucking reason.
I'm not taking shots on Chubb. It's the truth. Chubb is just.
I don't think Swift is like Nick Chubb.
Not at a running back position, but in a real chill, like doesn't say much, like doesn't have much hype, much passion, but
Calm demeanor.
very calm demeanor. Yeah, kind of like Myles Garrett. Kind of like there's a bunch of players in the NFL that had that calm demeanor, but are monsters. Will Anderson just got drafted. The nicest dude on at the bar, but you get him on the football field, he might rip your helmet off and beat you. That's Myles Garrett.
So, Kendra Miller, yeah. Well, that's enough about Kendra
Sorry.
Miller. What else? We got Devon. No, you're good. Devon A-Chain, 3rd round. Miami Dolphins.
What?
I just like the.
Yeah.
Where you got him at? I got him 4th.
I got him at 3. I feel like he's the perfect fit for the Dolphins. If there was any team that could have drafted him where he would have moved this far up my rankings, it was the Dolphins, because they don't need a big back. They run an outside scheme. They want fast running backs, and he fits that mold perfectly. They didn't have a real. I mean, Jeff Wilson's okay pass catching back. He's not incredible. A-Chain on film, he wasn't the best. His hands could use a little work, but explosive as hell. And the draft capital, pick number 84, he's going to be a big part of this offense come this next year. I mean, just the running back room in Miami is nothing to. It doesn't scare me at all. So that's why I got him ranked up here at number 3.
Yep. Wide open. I mean, fast. I mean, this is where I wish Jameer Gibbs would have went to. But A-Chain, that's fine too. I'm good with it. Yeah, I really didn't even care about him pre draft, but now I got him 4. He could thrive out there. And you got an opinion on A-Chain to?
Yeah, man. You didn't hear too much about him, but he was definitely talked about in the top prospects at running back. And Miami, for the last 2, 3, maybe 4 years, has had a very committee-based, like, turntable on running backs, man. And he could be the one to break that, you know what I mean? Because every team you see that is really great, that makes to the Super Bowl, they don't necessarily have a bell cow back. So him going there with the community might not be terrible, but yeah, I think he's a great back, and I think that is a great landing spot for him. It's a team up and coming, gonna do good. I really wish I could have got some shares of him on the dynasty draft, but it wasn't in the cards. But yeah, I think that's a good. I think he was one of the ones that went to a good spot that he could actually be productive this year.
Yeah. And I do want to bring up, we just did our rookie draft, and when we name some of these guys off, I'm going to try to say where they went in our rookie drafts too. Devon A-Chain went at the 201 in our rookie draft. So I feel like that's a pretty safe spot to draft him at. He might sneak into your first round, but I wouldn't let him fall too far after that.
Right. That's super flex, right? Super flex.
Superflex,
always super flex.
Yeah, super flex, tight end premium.
All right. Heck. So I'll go ahead and name off my 6 through 10. At 6, I had Tajay Spears. 7, Tanks Bigsby. 8, Chase Brown. 9, Roshan Johnson. And 10, Dwayne McBride.
Yep, I like it. I didn't have Roshan in there. At 6, I had Kendra Miller. 7, Tajay Spears. 8, Chase Brown. 9, Zach Evans, and 10, Dwayne McBride. Zach Evans is a little risky. He went incredibly late. So did Dwayne McBride, but the landing spots are great. So that's one of the reasons I had them in my top 10.
So my question to you, so why is Tajay Spears so high? Are you ranking them for production this year, or are you just ranking, or what do you, wow.
I mean, this dynasty, we're ranking based on the fact that he was pick number, 81 to the Titans. So you're talking 3rd round rookie pick.
Okay.
In the NFL draft.
Okay.
And then Derrick Henry is on his last.
Right. Okay.
Probably year or two.
Yeah. Okay.
Been in trade rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Derrick Henry. Also been in trade rumors, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, plus the film, Tajay Spears was at
He looked
electric.
good.
Like what I saw. So, combine that with Tennessee wanting to run the ball, there's a path he could be the number 2 guy. Maybe not of like a workhorse type
There
guy.
was times when
but he still
Hilliard
can
put up a
the
lot of
ball.
points.
Now
Yeah.
Hilliard's just a pass catching back,
And
though.
that's what I'm saying.
And he's old.
Spears is way better. So if Hilliard could do that,
Yeah. I mean, they still have Hassan Haskins there, too. I wouldn't just write him off completely right now. I mean, would y'all drop Hassan Haskins if you had him on your dynasty team?
It just depends.
yeah.
Maybe not really.
I mean, if I drafted Tajay Spears, probably.
A guy that Craftman you like a little more than I did. Tank Bigsby went to Jacksonville. I think this is perfect for Bigsby. He's clearly going to be the number 2 guy there. Jermichael Hasty got some run last year with the so
I
like
got
his landing
Bigsby
spot.
ranked up way high. He's one of my favorite ones in the film that we evaluated. I got him up, like I said, I got him up at 5. He went pick number 88, and me and Ian talked about this. I talked about it to a lot of people. I said, me and you talked about it too, Matt, is that they need to get ETN out in space and stop handing the ball off in between the tackles over and over and over again. Travis Etienne needs to be the DeAndre Swift of the Lions, and they bring Tank Bigsby in. Maybe he can be the Jamal Williams of the Lions last year. So I see a pretty clear, and I love the reason my hardest thing in this rookie draft I had was picking Tank Bigsby or Kendre Miller because they both had same draft capital, went to good landing spots, but I just like Jacksonville's offense better. And I think that he does everything well. He can catch the ball, runs hard between the tackles, give ETN a breather every now and again. I think he's going to play more than just a handcuff role. I think he could be in line for 15 touches a game, 10 to 15 touches a game. So, and goal line work. So I like it. I like the landing spot.
Yeah, dude, I agree, man. And when a team picks a rookie running back and they already got a great running back, a lot of times you don't expect that player to come in and have any points like the first year. But I think he's so good that he is going to immediately come in and still be able to be relative in your dynasty, on your dynasty team. Whereas a lot of times, like when AJ Dillon first got to the Green Bay, first year you really didn't want to play him because Aaron Jones is really a bell cow. He can do it all, and so I think Tank's going to come in and really, like you said, I mean, give ETN that change of pace. I hate having running backs that are in committees, so that's the only thing. Like
Every team is a committee now.
it seems that way. I mean, there are very few that aren't, and yeah, man, I think he got a good landing spot.
Another guy who got a good landing spot was the guy me and you like, Craftman, was Chase Brown. Got drafted, went to Cincinnati. Cincinnati just Samaje Perine just departed. Joe Mixon's been in a little trouble, and I don't know, just the whole little Joe Mixon situation. But perfect situation right here. What round was he drafted in? 4th round.
He was picked number 163. So, I
30,
don't know, that's
32,
like 6th round.
60, 120.
Like 6th round.
Or 90, 120. Yeah, it was like 5th round.
5th round, yeah. So draft capital ain't nice, but it don't matter. Nice situation. The backup's gone. You pretty much put him into a backup role.
Yeah, dude.
Ian, you trying to do that math was fucking incredible, dude.
That was bad.
That was awesome.
That was bad. That was bad. don't We're going to have to edit that out. But, dude, I think he went to a great spot because Joe Mixon's a great running back, but we all know they got short lives, man. And I think Joe Mixon's going to be running for his life this year. He's got this young buck fucking coming up. So, and your redraft leaves, maybe get Joe Mixon. He's going to be running for his life this year. Probably going to be if it's not the best year of his career, then he lost his job. So it's either boom or bust for Joe Mixon this year. He's got a really good running back coming up behind him, and I like a little competition.
Yeah, one thing I do got to say about Chase Brown is if the Bengals decide to cut Mixon, sell Chase Brown immediately, because I mean, I don't think the Bengals are going to come in with a 6th round rookie running back being their bell cow. They're going to grab. Don't forget that Zeke's out there. Don't forget Kareem Hunt is still out there. If Joe Mixon leaves, they're bringing in somebody, and Chase Brown is still going to probably be the number 2 on this team. I do love the landing spot, and there's a lot of times where a lot of later round rookie running backs can make a name for themselves. Isaiah Pacheco last year, players like that can do it. But, if Mixon were to leave and Chase Brown is the number 1 for the time being, I think it'd be a good time to sell high. Even though I do really like him, I loved his film, and I think he's going to be good in the NFL, but it's going to be a very good time to sell.
Yeah, I agree.
If that
and
happens.
I disagree. I think you're right. If they do get rid of Joe Mixon, you should get rid of him. But I don't think that's what they have in mind at all. I think the reason they got him a little bit later is because they still want to use Joe Mixon a little bit, another year or two. But if that's the case, you want to hang on to him because I think he's going to be better. But the easiest position to transition into the NFL is running back position. So you like to see your running backs come straight out of college and get a starting position. And if they get rid of Joe Mixon, I mean that obviously means it doesn't matter what round you get drafted in, dude. If they get rid of Joe Mixon, that means the boy's a baller, and they want to play him.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of like Philip Lindsay watching him, and like if he could have a role like that where he might just come in and just win the job outright, especially if Mixon leaves. Mixon's getting paid too much to lose that job if he stays, but I like Chase Brown, and he should be drafted. Let's see where he went in my rookie draft. He went at where you at, Chase? He went at the 2-5. So I think he went a little early for my liking, but
Right.
he went before Tajay Spears in this one.
Dang. Yeah, I heard that. I don't really mind it too much. Another guy, we'll get a little deeper. I was high on him pre-draft. I got Zach Evans. He got drafted to the 6th round. In the 6th round to the Los Angeles Rams. Draft capital, terrible. But this is a guy that was highly recruited. We've talked about it. The highest recruit TCU ever had. But Zach Evans, his only competition is over there. Fucking Cam Akers. You know how I feel about Cam Akers. Sorry ass. This dude's gonna be slotted in. All he's got to do is at camp go beat Kyron Williams. I think that's or whatever his name is. I can't even remember now, but I think that's right.
Dude, he's this year's
So-
Isaiah Pacheco.
Who, Zach Evans?
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah had to beat out Clyde and who else last year? And I told you, I was like, remember his name? He was like, who put who? I was like, Pacheco, bro. I was like, he's gonna be the man for the end of the year, and he was. And I feel like, what's his name? This dude we talking about?
Zach Evans.
Gonna be this year's Isaiah Pacheco. He's got nobody to beat.
I could except Cam Akers.
Cam who?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mr.
that's what I'm
Injured.
saying. I don't like Cam Akers. And, been hurt a lot. So
Rashad Penny.
I mean, this is like your sleeper pick.
Yeah.
This is your sleeper pick in the draft right here, Zach Evans right here. It might not pan out, but he has just as good a path as any of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Where'd you have him ranked? Was it 9?
I don't even have him in my top 10.
Oh, okay. I got him at 9. So you sure are saying a lot of nice things about him not to have him ranked in your top 10.
Hey, well, shoot, the one guy I do got in my top 10. You know what? I might have to mix things up because a guy I do got in my top 10 was Dwayne McBride because I like Dwayne McBride, and when I saw he was on a team, I was like, hell yeah. They keep talking about getting rid of old Dalvin Cook. If he does, then this dude's automatically the backup running back behind Alexander Madison, who's been a running back for 3 or 4 years. So I like me some Dwayne McBride. I think it's a sneaky one too.
yeah, man.
He's a banger too. He's gonna be in on early down. So I got him in my top 10 too. He's right at number 10. He went late as hell, picked 222. I'd like to see Ian try to do that math. Might take all damn day.
It would take longer than all day.
But get back with me tomorrow. But yeah, I like Dwayne McBride. He just went to a smaller college, UAB. You know, some of them guys kind of get left out in the draft, in the NFL draft, but landing spot was perfect, especially if Dalvin Cook leaves. I know we've been kind of back and forth with Dalvin Cook leaving, but Devon Achane going to the Dolphins kind of squashed that to me a little bit. I don't know where Cook could go, and if you just look at the market right now, nobody's paying running back. So
exactly what I was about to say. I mean, you can't get nothing for these running backs at this age. Heck, the Detroit couldn't even really get much for Swift.
What did they give for Swift?
And people still like a 4th rounder and
you kidding me?
7th rounder maybe. So it's like Dalvin Cook, you might as well just ride it on out because you're gonna have to release him. He's still got some game left.
But yeah, dude, and these running backs, they do have such a short life, like 4 years at the most. You know, running backs that get a 5th-year option or get re-signed, they usually don't do good. Like there are exceptions to the rule, like Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey, that have excelled after their 5th year or 5th year and beyond. So history tells us that these running backs really aren't worth more than their rookie contracts. But I hate that, but it's true, man. I mean, because that position takes so much abuse, and like the ones that stick around for a long time, like the last great GOAT was Adrian Peterson, man. Like he went way past what I thought he was gonna do, man. And I hate it for the running backs, but you're in, you're out. You know what I mean?
You're just stuck holding the bag with Cook right now. I mean, you gotta just ride this out. You can't really sell them. You can't really buy them. I wouldn't buy them right now unless you're really trying to go for it. But this ain't the time to do it. But I mean, Dwayne McBride going to Minnesota, I feel like that's a good landing spot for the future. Maybe not this year because Cook will most likely be there, and Madison will be the backup, and he'll be probably 3rd string running back for the time being. But you just gotta be patient with these guys sometimes.
I literally just went and picked him up just in case.
Yeah. That pretty much is it. But Roschon Johnson went to Chicago. I think I put him in my top 10. You know, his competition, Khalil Herbert and Deontay Foreman. Might see some kind of split. I don't know, man. 4th round draft capital. You know, I like Roschon all right. Bit of a bruiser, but nice little landing spot. Not okay draft capital.
Yeah, that's another thing where it comes to like the GMs and the regime that drafted Khalil Herbert. He's kind of getting some weird treatment right now. I mean, I think this whole running back room is going to be a shit show this year. It's going to be a committee. Might even be a 3-man committee. So I'm not real high on the Chicago backfield. Roschon, he went undrafted in our 3rd round rookie draft, but him and McBride also. But I do have a tip for everybody on Sleeper in your rookie drafts. Before you draft, go in there and drop however many players you got picks. If you got 3 picks in the draft, go ahead and drop 3 players for the draft so that right when that draft ends, right when that shit hits 0-0-0, go to free agency, bam, 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 pick them up. Because everybody else is going to be doing it, and you got to be
Me
quick.
and Cousin was on it last
Because
night.
there was like 5 people last night just going at it.
Yeah, we was getting them, boy. You really stole the free agents from last night, for sure.
Shit, I got Marvin Mims and Musgrave on free agency after the draft ended.
Let me ask you guys this. Why wasn't Deuce Vaughn in either one of your top 10?
Yeah, I don't like the landing spot, and I mean he's a pass catching back. They have Tony Pollard there. They needed a bigger back, really. I like Deuce Vaughn. Don't get me wrong. I really
You
like
don't
him.
think that was a good fit for him?
But
I really don't know.
He's just small.
He's small.
He's 5'5".
He's like 5. He's 5'6", 170 pounds.
5'6"?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's Tariq Cohen, but the man can play out of slot. He can. They might put him in. He could get some playing time. This is not one of them guys that I think they just drafted because his dad was part of the Dallas Cowboys scouting team. He led the FBS in all-purpose yards. I mean, he's just undersized.
Which is a huge thing in the NFL.
Any other running backs? Any other running backs you want to bring up?
Nah, just running back news that didn't get drafted. Sean Tucker did go to the Bucks as an undrafted free agent, and our guy Keaton Mitchell, old lightning in a bottle from East Carolina. He's a very little guy too, but he went to the Ravens. So that's just 2 to keep up with right now.
So let me.
Man, well, heck, man.
This is a little bit off. This is a little bit off topic, but what position do you guys think was the best position for this draft? Like, do you think they had the best quarterback
fantasy value?
Yeah. Like, which position? Like, offensive tackle, quarterback, wide receiver, tight ends. Like, which position do you think had the most great players
in this draft? Talking about all positions?
Yeah, all positions.
Probably the defensive line. If we're going all positions, if we're sticking with fantasy, I would say in this draft, it was probably running back depth. I mean, this draft wasn't the best for receivers as far as talent goes. Quarterbacks.
What do you think, Matt?
Kind of in the middle.
I think the receivers were top heavy, and then I think the running backs were supposed to be deep, but not as deep as I thought. I think the tight ends were good though. The tight end class.
Exactly. I think tight ends in this draft. I think the best skill position that had the most players was tight end. You know what I mean? That had the most great players to draft from, and it just seemed weird. Like there was only a few running backs that you really loved. The receivers we were high on, but they went to weird places, and it kind of made you feel weird. But I feel like when you go back and look at it, the tight ends that were in this draft were way better than any of the skill positions.
Yeah, they got.
But they are tight ends, so fuck.
But we're in
hey man, if there's a year to be patient on a tight end, this is the year,
league, baby.
If you want to.
Yeah,
hey, time to be patient with the tight
I got
ends
Kincaid
now. Just go ahead
and Laporta, so let's do it.
Hey,
I'm still on the side in tight ends. How I approach my dynasty league is just go buy them. Just go buy them after you go buy McBride now. You know, don't buy Dolchich because he just might have lost his job to Adam Troutman or whatever. But I'd say just wait a year and just buy these guys a year later after they had a bad rookie year because they're all going to probably have bad rookie years. They always do. And then just go buy them for cheap.
I'm going to remember you said that. I'm going to remember you said that.
when Kincaid doesn't do much this year, be expecting a trade offer coming in
I
next
got
year.
Laporta too, man. So we're going. I remember you said that.
All right. Well, shoot, man, that wraps this episode on up. Running backs in the books. Craft, man, anything left to say to the folks real quick?
I guess this is going to be one of the last times we talk about these guys in a group together until the season starts. We actually get to see them on the field, which is going to be great. I mean, that's the best thing about Dynasty is the hope of these guys. Probably half of them ain't going to turn out to be anything. And, we might get some good players out of here, but, we've been doing a lot of rookie research, and I'm kind of sad. I'm a little sad that it's about to be over. A lot of work.
Yep. Definitely been on the grind, man. Definitely been on the grind. Ian, anything to say to the folks out there?
Yeah, man. Austin's a little salty because he only had like 1 or 2 picks in the rookie draft, and it was a lot of fun, dude. I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season. And it's been a lot of fun being on here with you guys. Thank you for bringing me on. And it's always a lot of fun. But going back to running backs, it was a very, coming into this, really thought we were going to have a bunch of running backs land at a bunch of cool spots. And it totally changed it up. And that's the NFL draft. It's not an exact science. What we do is not an exact science. We just love talking about this. And we get on here and we waste our time doing it. And just having fun, man. It ain't even about the money, dude.
Right.
Like Jordan Addison, he likes money, but we like football.
I'm with you on that, man. But shoot, man. Yeah, man. Add us on the bird. 5-star review. Add the podcast. But hey, man, that wraps it on up, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.